There's a couple things that are almost 100% certain to happen when you have to be at work, leaving for an appointment, or just have to be somewhere. A dead battery or a flat tire. Well, today it's a flat tire again. Seems like my Sasquatch Bronco is a magnet for Phillips head screws. Well, today I'm going to walk you through a plug repair fix. First thing we want to do is try to get easy access to the hole, which on a lifted 4x4 is relatively easy. A sedan on street radials may be a little trickier. If it's your front tire with a flat, cranking the wheel out will help give you easy access. I like to carry a small assortment of hand tools with me at all times, such as a pair of needle nose pliers. Before we can plug a tire, we obviously need to remove whatever it is that caused the flat in the first place. Seeing as I have a screw this time, I'm just going to try and turn it out instead of prying it. This works amazingly well most of the time. Just a tiny wood screw is enough to potentially ruin your whole day. The last time I did a tire repair, it was a massive 3-inch decking screw that punched a hole into the Goodyear. Because I off-road, I keep a rather large dual-piston air compressor with me, and in it I keep my repair kit. These are relatively cheap and available at Canadian Tire and other auto parts stores, and pay for themselves with just one fix. Before we go any further, we want to set up a string plug onto the insertion tool. This is a little tricky because of how gummy and sticky the string plugs are, and so I use a small common screwdriver to pry open the tongs of the tool and give me a little more room to push the plug through. You want the string plug spaced evenly on both sides like so. Now with the rasp reamer tool, we need to clean and open up the puncture enough to fit the plug. This is a little easier without 40 pounds of air in the tires, but if too much air has already escaped, you're also going to find that the tire carcass is going to give way under the force you're applying. Twisting and turning sometimes helps. Once you're into the tire, saw the tool in and out a bunch of times and give it some turns. Once you pull the reamer out, the remaining air in the tire is going to come out pretty rapidly, so have your plug ready to go. Now this part is going to take some work. It's always harder with the tires still mounted on the truck, but if you have your wheel off, you can use your body weight pushing down to help drive the plug in. A little wiggling and some tiny twisting, but not too much twisting, will help. If you thought the reamer tool was hard to get in, wait till you try to push a plug through. This is going to take some time and a little bit of muscle, so be patient and keep working it. A tight plug is obviously what you want to keep the air from coming out of the tire. Now here's the most important part. Do not push the plug all the way through. You want to have approximately half of the string plug inside the tire carcass and half of it out, like so. And then with one quick tug, pull the plug setting tool straight back out. And that should be your tire fixed. You can leave the plug ends out and they'll just eventually smush themselves into the tire, or trim them off with some side cutters. I like to double check the repair with some soapy water, just to make sure it's not leaking. You can also use soapy water to help locate a leak if it isn't as obvious like a screw. Closely examine the repair area and make sure no bubbles are forming. All that's left now is to air up the tire again with the compressor. Small, inexpensive cigarette lighter powered inflators can be found and kept in the car at all times and work fine for pump-up emergencies. They just take longer than a bigger, better inflator. After the automatic compressor stops at the set pressure setting, I double check the TPMS system in the truck for the pressure. It's a little high for a cold tire, so I'm just going to use the sides of my needle nose pliers again and bleed off a couple of pounds. And that's it. You're back on the road again. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.